Good evening, everyone. It is a wet and windy night out there. Well, windy for parts of the state of Maine. Parts of Maine not really seeing much wind at all. Out of the storm system, of course, 2 nights ago, we had a snowstorm. Last night, we had the freezing rain. Tonight, we have just rain, warm temperatures, and some strong winds. Let's start off tonight by taking a look at our water vapor satellite picture here. I want to show you this because you might be wondering, why do we have the warm temps? Why do we have the high dew points? Why do we have the tropical downpours? Well, we have an air mass coming right out of the tropics. I think the interesting part about this was just last week, right? Late last week, we had the air mass that came right from the Arctic Circle. Very, very different this week. So almost the exact opposite direction. We had temperatures or an air mass coming right over the North Pole into northern New England last week. And here we are. This one's coming right from the Bahamas this week. All right, let's take a look at some winds. No major surprises so far. Portland's had a peak wind gust of 43 miles per hour. Augusta had a peak wind gust of 47. They're up to 45 right now. Looks like a good chunk of western Maine. This is not going to be a big weather maker for you as far as wind goes. So this area right here, you'll probably get some gusts, 25 to 35 miles per hour. But I'm actually even surprised to see Lewiston right now gusting to 40. I think over the next few hours, you might get a few more gusts, 35 to 40 miles per hour. But going forward, I think the strongest wind gusts will be confined to mid-coast Maine, perhaps up into central Maine. Best chance for getting over 50 miles per hour will be in that region right there. So the greater Portland area will gust 40 to 50 miles per hour. That's pretty manageable. It's enough for some outages, but far from worst case scenario. This is not going to be one of those storm systems like we had last December. As far as the river flooding goes, simply because the duration of warm temperatures and high dew points is a lot shorter. Rivers are already running fairly low. And the amount of rain isn't quite as much in the mountains as well. So flooding still will remain a potential issue, though, for many areas. Streams, poor drainage flooding, even the potential for some ice jam flooding that remains on the table over the next several hours. And many of the rivers are expected to get at least to close to minor flood stage tomorrow. So a lot of those rivers, the Androscoggin, the Kennebec, we're watching those at different spots here. But again, this is not expected to be like the storm we had last December. All right, those are your current wind gusts. Again, Portland had a peak wind gust so far of 43, and we might get a few more gusts slightly higher than that. That should fall in the 40 to 50 mile per hour window. Highlighted here, we're tracking some of the heavier bands of rain kind of shifting off to the north. There are more heavy bands off to the south. Portsmouth is 61. Look at that. Portsmouth is 61 degrees. Bar Harbor is 61 degrees. That's a new update. Wow. Look at that. Portland is situated at 55 degrees. That's pretty impressive. I mean, if you can get 61 in Bar Harbor with a south wind coming in off the ocean water temperature is 49 or 48 or whatever it is. It's pretty impressive to get an air temperature like that with a wind off the ocean. All right, pretty cool. We're tracking some of that rain. There's the heavy stuff now west northern parts of Cumberland County up towards Bridgeton. Some decent bands of rain there. This goes back to Route 2, run from Mexico. Let's see, Bethel, you're in it as well. Decent bands of rain now. This one came through the Augusta area about an hour ago. It's up near Skowhegan now. And that burst of rain moved through Portland about 2 hours ago. We heard it on the roof here outside of our studio. And there's some heavier bands down to southern New England. I've been watching some of these bands in southern New England, and it's just been nasty down here. In fact, let's take a look at some of the, there's been a lot of damage reports down here. A lot of wind damage reports. Look at this one. Numerous trees down. This is Swansea, Norwood, trees down there as well. So we're getting a lot of reports of some problems off to the south in our region. So far, it's been pretty manageable. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to move back. Hold on. We're going to find this. There we go. I'm going to move back to Maine. A lot of those reports you're seeing right there, I think that's those ice reports from this morning. Yeah, that one in Freiburg, I'm pretty sure it was an ice report. It was an icy ride home last night around 11:30. I was going like 10 miles. There's one road I was sliding all over the place. I was going like 10 miles an hour. But yeah, Freiburg. Yeah. So those are all ice reports from this morning. All right, let's fast forward and talk about some of the rainfall. There he is. Most areas getting a solid burst of rain. It's either moderate to heavy rainfall. As far as the wind goes, here we are 8 o'clock. This takes us to 9 now. If you're watching us from Western York County, Western Cumberland County, even Androscoggin County, all the way back through the Route 2 corridor, this is not a wind event for you. Not at least not a big wind event for you. Strongest winds going forward after 9 o'clock will be in this range right here, from Casco Bay to Penobscot Bay, perhaps up into central Maine to down East Maine. These areas right here stand the greatest chance for getting some gusts over 50 miles per hour. I'm not convinced Portland's going to get over 50 miles per hour. I made that change earlier today. Some of the modeling kind of shifted things a little bit further east. And the reason for that, I think the cold air was entrenched for a good chunk of the day. So the atmosphere didn't have enough time to mix out and get the warm temperatures in place. And in return, get the wind in place as well. You need a well-mixed atmosphere to get some of that wind to mix down to the ground level. And, when it's 33 degrees, you have an inversion, you're just not going to see that. So that was the case this afternoon and early evening. With that said, though, strongest wind gusts have been forecast or highlighted 5 p.m. to about 11 p.m. And we're still in that window, and you could get some gusts potentially over 50, but mid-coast Maine will probably get some gusts over 50 miles per hour. Portland is probably 40 to 50 miles per hour. That's true up in the Augusta area as well. The wind shifts over to the west after midnight, and we'll start to see some improvement. The wind, however, will be strong tomorrow. I think there will be some gusts over 30 miles per hour during the day on what's tomorrow? Thursday. As far as winds go, no real changes here. Strongest winds will be across mid-coast Maine there. You stand the greatest chance for getting 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts. In the Portland area up to the Augusta area, there'll be some 40 to 50s in this area. We've already gusted to 43. Augusta's 47. So that kind of falls in that window, I guess. But far western areas where the cold air hung on longer, this little orange region right here, going from interior York County to Sebago Lake up into, southern Franklin County, northern Kennebec County, those areas, we're probably only looking at gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour there, and not quite as strong in the mountains either. With that said, though, higher elevations of the mountains, I mean, that's much different scenario. You'll have stronger winds. In the mountains, much different scenario there. So this is one model. It has a decent handle on it by 9 p.m. So probably in the next hour or so, if we do get a gust of 50 miles per hour in Portland, it's probably over the next hour and a half. But I think there'll be many gusts over 40 miles per hour. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Winds gusting in the Lewiston area, kind of similar. There might be a few gusts around 40 miles per hour over the next few hours. So here we are at 8 o'clock tonight. This is lining up okay with what we have on the radar. Some solid bursts of rain are moving through. Some of the heavy stuff will be with us between now and about 11 o'clock. But that line is starting to shift its way off to the east, probably around midnight. So if you have that wind-driven rain, if your bedroom window faces south and you're having a hard time falling asleep with the wind and the rain, give it until midnight or so, 1 o'clock. That wind will shift over to the west, and things will clear out. Our weather will improve. Tomorrow we'll see a lot of sun. There may be a late day snow shower. I'm not going to rule one of those out, but at the very least, you'll see some more clouds mix in during the course of the afternoon. And Friday, I think we'll have a hard time. What's this? Friday, we'll have a hard time getting out of the upper 20s and low 30s. I don't know what's going on here. That's weird. I'm going to fix that. That was all right. Well, that was weird. Let's take a look at, let's find a different graphic. Rain tracker. That graphic was not behaving properly. Let's see if this will tell us what we want to tell us here. All right, rain tracker. There we go. All right, so this is one forecast model. This is the high resolution rapid refresh model, suggesting we might get another 3/4 of an inch of rain between now and that says Thursday, but this is really midnight tonight. So yeah, I think there's a chance for maybe another inch of rain. Let's just walk through this real quick one more time and take a look at the timing of all this. The back edge of the heavy stuff will probably move out around 11 o'clock or midnight or so. This is 11 o'clock. We'll start to see improvement after that with some sun returning tomorrow morning. Well-deserved sun makes an appearance. I think we're quite happy about that. And some more clouds mix in during the course of the afternoon for tomorrow. So let's see. It's pretty straightforward going forward here. If we hit 50 miles per hour in Portland, we'll do it over the next hour. Well, that's about 9 o'clock or so. And it's a sharp cutoff between where we're seeing wind and where we're not. So hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions. A lot of folks, you guys are chiming in. So let's see what we have. Do you think the Bangor area should be concerned if we currently have power now? Do you think Bangor should be concerned if we currently have power? No, I don't think you should be concerned. I mean, there's a chance you might lose it, but no, this is not worst case scenario. I think we will get some gusts in the Bangor area, probably 50 to 60 or something. So yeah, Henry, just you have the chance for losing power. Absolutely. I think that's what you're asking. Should you be concerned? Yeah, I think if you don't want to lose power, there is the chance you'll lose it overnight. Hi for Bridgeton. What will happen here? Hey, Tracy. Not much, just more rain. Flooding is a big concern in that region. We're probably watching the potential for poor drainage flooding, stream flooding. That's something we haven't talked too much about. River flooding is not expected to be extreme. A lot of the rivers will crest tomorrow, and some of them may be around minor flood stage. So that's something we're keeping an eye on. It's not expected to be moderate or major unless there's a crazy ice jam or something like that really hasn't formed yet. So that's something to keep an eye on. School tomorrow for Lewis and Auburn area, question mark. I think so. I don't see why there wouldn't be school tomorrow, unless there are widespread outages. But I think in Lewiston, I think you're in good shape. Yeah, kids going to school tomorrow. When will the wind gusts start to go away? Probably around midnight. Depends on where you are, Amanda. I think it's probably, that's 9 o'clock. Some gusts around 60 miles per hour, around 11:30 across Rockland area. But the winds are shifting over the west back in York County, Cumberland County at this point. And at that point, winds will be 20 to 30 miles per hour. So we can handle that pretty well, I think. Because I know I saw the biggest gust maybe overnight. Yeah, they're about midnight. You're up in Bangor, Henry. So yeah, you'll probably be a little after midnight. There's the chance for strong winds till maybe 1 a.m. in your area. So far, no heavy wind here in Jay. Yeah, you're not going to get the big wind, Jeff. I think you're in good shape. You had the freezing rain. You had the freezing rain this morning. So hope you stayed safe in that. That freezing rain was something else. It was a little slippery on my way home last night. Good evening from Fairfield. Hello, Teresa. Good to see you. Strong in Lisbon. All right, you're getting some strong winds. Good. All right. Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it. When will the rain end? Around midnight, I think, Samantha, for many areas. I guess it depends on where you are. For western areas, maybe closer to 11 o'clock. Let's take a look at the timing again on that one. So that's 2 a.m. That might be a little slow getting the rain out of here, but that's 1 a.m. See it right there? There's the back edge. So it will clear up pretty quickly. That's 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, notice temps are below freezing or around freezing for some areas. That might be a little too cold. I put 34 for a low, or 33 somewhere. 34, I think, put for a low in Portland. The wind will help dry up the roads. I think that's good news. I don't think we're looking at a flash freeze or anything like that. So good news there. Pretty manageable. If you hold on to power, I think you're in good shape. We'll watch the rivers, watch the flooding situation, but this is far from worst case scenario. This is not going to be one of those storms, I don't think. And then, chance for maybe a late day snow shower. Lots of rain. Yeah, absolutely. Tracy says lots of rain. Let's take a look at the radar. It's funny. As soon as I read your comment, Tracy, I can hear the rain on our roof here in Portland. Oh boy. So, and you are in Bridgeton. So yes. Here is Bridgeton right there. Yeah, you have some pretty heavy bursts, especially West Bridgeton. Wow, it's pouring there right now. Look at that. It's a real heavy rainfall. But again, southern New England's been dealing with lots. I think they've been dealing with worse conditions than we have. It's going to melt the snow. Sorry, Cameron. Holton area. When is it going to lighten up in the Holton area? Probably not until like 2 or 3 in the morning, I think, Aaron. Up in Holton. Take a little while to get out of that region. Yeah, wind isn't bad. Good to know. All right. Thanks for the update, Brian. Do we think we have to look? There's the chance for power outages, Jessica. Absolutely, up in your area. But I don't think it's widespread. I don't think it's one of those storms. But if there's any, central Maine, I mean, Augusta's been gusting close to 50 miles per hour already. And, over the next hour, we might get some stronger gusts. So let's take a look at some of those gusts. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Augusta just jumped to 56. So this is the area we've been highlighting for our best chance for getting over over 50 miles per hour. And yeah, so absolutely. Look at Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor's getting up there too. So best chance for getting over 50 miles per hour is in this area right there. I don't think Portland's going to get over 50. We'll see though. But Augusta always gets high amounts of wind because the airport there is elevated. So they're kind of high up on a plateau. Down in the Kennebec River Valley, you'll get less wind. So, but yeah, Newport area, this area right here. Yeah, absolutely. You have the chance for losing power tonight. No question about that, Jessica. Hopefully you don't. I wish you luck with that. Auburn and Waterford. All right. Question mark. Auburn. I guess you're asking, Maria, is the wind and the rain? More gusts around 40 miles per hour in the next hour or two there in Auburn. Pretty manageable, I think. Same in Waterford. We'll watch the streams, especially in the Waterford area. The more shallow streams, they could be more reactive. We haven't seen a ton of rain so far. Rainfall amounts have been under 2 inches for a good chunk of the region. They're on track for getting 2 to 3 inches of rain, but we really would need to see, I think, more rain to get some real issues. So that's not what I want to do. So our heaviest rainfall, or most rain right now, has been confined to the Casco Bay area. I have to apologize. I'm getting over a cold and I'm losing my voice a little bit. So yeah, 2.5 inches of rain there, close to 3 inches there across Knox, Saginaw County. That's down towards Harpswell and Booth Bay Harbor region. So we've had a respectable amount of rain there. What's going to be like in Auburn area tonight? Gusts around 40 miles per hour, Cameron. A lot of rain, 2 or 3 inches. Only rain in Dixfield. All right. Thank you. I bet you had some freezing rain this morning, Jamie, up in Dixfield. Absolutely. Not likely. All right. Heather, it's pretty windy and slick. Oh, yeah. A lot of rain in Auburn. Pretty windy there. Thanks for the update. We currently have power. So I was wondering if we should be concerned about. Oh, yeah. So that's what you were concerned about. You were concerned if you would lose power. I get it, Henry. Yeah, you have the chance for losing power tonight. I don't think it's a widespread outage. We're probably not looking at. Last night I said, what was it, 100 and something? That was my guess. I think right now we probably only have like 10,000, something like that, without power. Let's take a look. CMP outages. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we're only at like 8,000 right now. This is nothing. I think in the April storm last year we had like 300 or 400,000 or something. So yeah, we're in much better shape there. Look at that. Look at the temperature, 61. Huh. Definitely raining in Carabasset. Sorry, Klein. Wish I had better news for you. Hopefully the ski resorts get back into action. I think later in the month. We'll get some shots at storms later in the month. Oh, you lost power, Jeremy. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, you're one of the almost 8,000 customers without power, it looks like. Bit breezy and sunny. Thanks, Barbie. Appreciate it. Strong wind Auburn right now. Oh, it's all over the roads. All right, there's a lot of wind up there. Let's take a look at the wind again. So the airport in Auburn is 40 miles per hour. Augusta has the strongest wind right now at about 60. And same in the Bar Harbor region. So pretty strong south winds. Green wind gusts. The town of Green, Isaac. That's my guess. You're looking for the town of Green. Let's go with 42 2. Just a guess. When will green wind gusts calm down? Probably around midnight, Isaac. Up in Richmond, it's blowing hard. We heard some trees cracking. All right. I bet you heard. Yeah. So central Maine right now is getting some pretty strong winds. Look at Augusta down to 53 miles per hour. So I guess that's good news going down a little bit. Belgrade area. Yeah, you're getting some gusts. Like I said, Augusta is getting 50. So up in central Maine, 2 to 3 inches of rain, potential for power outages, and some strong gusts. Icy roads in the morning, Sean. I don't think so. I think the wind will dry up the roads. At least the highways and the well-traveled roads. Anything that's deeper, deeper puddles, you could see some icy conditions there. Absolutely. But it's not going to get super cold. It should only be in the low to mid 30s for lows. And it's not a rapid drop. I don't think it's one of those flash freezes. We should flip rocks and catch all this. All right. Good idea, Brian. Not much wind. Hartford. Yeah, you're on the side that's not getting much wind. Let's look at that. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, so this is kind of what we've been rolling with all night for kind of like a line of areas getting some strong winds and areas that are not. So going back in time to, yeah, there we are. And eventually all of that will shift off to the east. So I've been highlighting our greatest chance for the strongest winds across mid-coast Maine, 50 to 60 here, and 40 to 50. As we just saw, Augustus got higher. They're up on the plateau, though. 40 to 50 miles per hour in that range there. And up in Hartford's up in here. So wind is not much of an issue there. You might get your strongest winds actually after the front. So see how that plays out. All right. Thanks for checking in, Henry. Appreciate it, bud. Lisbon Falls. Yeah, there's a chance for power outages in Lisbon. It's not widespread, though, Tina. It's probably... I don't know. I'm a poor forecaster of power outages. I think I do a pretty good job at getting the wind speeds, but as far as like how many outages we'll get, sometimes that doesn't correlate well. I don't know. It's kind of like I'm a poor forecaster of what superintendents' thoughts are for canceling school. I don't know, but they have a tough job. Thoughts on Farmington area? We're going to expect 2 to 3 inches of rain, chance for flooding, and wind is not an issue as much of an issue in your area, Thomas. All right. Hi from Madrid. What are the wind gusts up here? Up in Madrid, probably some gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour next 2-3 hours, and then things will improve. Monica. Yeah, still cold. That's still cold up in Farmington. All right. Let's take a look at those temps. This is crazy how warm it's been. It's warm in the studio. Bring some new information up here. This has been a fun graphic to look at. Oh, it's only 61 in Portsmouth right now. It's too hot. Freiburg's still 35. Look at that. The cold air is hanging on in the valley there. Yes, a lot of mid-50s. And we're checking with Con up in Farmington. Oh, we don't have the temperature in Farmington. Wonder why. I wonder if the thermometer's down there. But yeah, there's some spots like Emden, Carabasset Valley, Freiburg, some 30s. Bartlett's 34. So yeah, tomorrow looks good. Thank you, Charlie. Magic. Oh, thanks, Jessica. Appreciate it. Winds up in Waterville. What's up, Mark? How are you? I haven't checked the wind up in Waterville. In Augusta. We can check that right now. Northern New England. Waterville is gusting to 23 miles per hour. South winds 15, gusting to 23 with heavy rain and fog. Fog's been pretty impressive, I think, with the warm air punching in. White Christmas, I keep saying yes, Elizabeth. I'm not going to back down now. White Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. The pattern gets more active late next week. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Let's go back to the radar. I think I'm going to have to go and do some updates in a minute or so, but here's the radar. Let's just check, see if there are any warnings. I don't wonder if there's going to be a flood warning or flood advisory. Or, yeah, no, we're in good shape there. Some more heavy stuff off to the south. So we still have more rain to go through, but so far so good. I'm going to say White Christmas, yes. Wind gusts in Albion. We've seen Augusta up gusting over 50. So yeah, Heidi, a few gusts over 50 are possible. Mechanic Falls winds seem to be on the line. Oh yeah, Mechanic Falls. Yeah, I'll go 30 to 40 where you are up in Mechanic Falls. Probably some gusts around 40. But I mean, if we get it, it's over the next couple hours. I don't know. I think that's pretty manageable. I mean, this time of year is a little different than 2 months ago. I mean, with leaves on the trees and stuff like that, I mean, we can handle 40-mile-per-hour winds. You get some scattered outages with that setup, but nothing too extreme usually. Winds in Raymond. All right, it's windy in Raymond. Thanks for the update. Strong winds at Gardner. Thanks, Rick. Power outage chance due to ice on the power lines because of wind tomorrow. Yeah, I would imagine even up in your area, it's going to melt. I mean, it looks like you're above freezing, right? Hoping it will melt a little bit. Any of the ice you had from this morning. So yeah, I mean, the wind tomorrow will gust around 30 miles per hour. It's a west wind. Oh, I bet Vinyl Haven's a fun place to be for a storm like this, Sandy. Incredible wind gusts here. Oh yeah, I bet it's awesome. You know what? Let's bring out the buoys. Let's see if we can find the buoy map. I haven't used that yet tonight. Hold on. Yeah, we'll break out the old buoy map and see what's happening out in the Gulf of Maine. Huh? Yeah, a lot of gusts over 40. Nothing extreme, but up in Vinyl Haven, I bet it's rocking and rolling up there. Jonesport buoy 38. Yeah, I'd love to go watch a storm out in your location. Yeah, all right. Newfield, you saw the temperature warm, 20 degrees. Yeah, Portland had a temperature warming of 15 degrees in 1 hour this afternoon. It was exactly what we were thinking. It's like it's going to be 1 hour where the temperature rises 10 to 15 degrees, 10 to 20 degrees, and we did it. Becky, what's up? Just turn it on. When will the wind stop? Oh, in your area, down in York, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Somewhere in there. When will the winds die down in Augusta? Let's go with midnight, John. Let's go down here for a minute. Now, this is probably not going to be perfect, but here we are midnight. You're getting some gusts around 30 still, and then it drops off with gusts over 20 after that. So hope that answers your question. Is the wind going to be strong in South Paris? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Maybe 25 miles per hour, 20 to 30, Kimberly. The wind is not a huge issue in your area. Oh, I bet Phippsburg's rocking and rolling right now. Absolutely. Good spot. Thanks for the update, Christine. It's heavy wind in Monmouth right now. All right, Monmouth's getting some strong wind. Thank you, Darlene. We have no icing on the power lines in Dixfield, just a lot of rain. Yep. Okay, good. I think everyone's above freezing now, so we're not really worried about icing. But we had a snowstorm 2 nights ago. We had icing last night. We have rain and wind tonight. And I have a cold, and I'm looking forward to having a quieter night. I'm being selfish, though. Let's take a look at the radar and temps while we go through some more of these. Not terrible in Rockland. Good. All right. Power's out in Augusta. Yeah, you're the second person to say that, Nick. Thanks for the update. I'm in Kennebec County. 56 and 2 inches of rain. Elizabeth, Steve, hello. Not good for skiing, bud, right? I wish I had better news. Not bad wise. All right, good. It's good in York. Blowing at Phippsburg. All right, Erica, thank you. By the way, thank you for emailing my son years ago about tornadoes. Oh, he's now over 18. Always tells people about your email. Oh, good. Thanks, Jessica. Appreciate it. Yeah, he was a weather enthusiast, and we love to encourage that. So thank you. Tornadoes. When I first read your comment, I thought you were talking about, I thought it said tomatoes. Thanks for emailing my son about tomatoes, which might have happened. I mean, sometimes I've been known to email people about tomatoes. Yeah. What's the wind like in Newport and Dexter area? Probably gusts around 50 right now. Cape Elizabeth. Yeah, Amy, hey, how are you? I think we'll probably get some gusts a little over 40 to 50 miles per hour in your area next hour or two. Very windy in Monmouth right now. All right, thank you. Rain is picking up in Carrabassett. Klein says, good to know. Thank you. What a North Waterford? Winds probably 25 to 35 miles per hour. Not a huge wind event for you at Liz. Phippsburg's wild. Oh, I'd love to watch a storm out in Phippsburg as well. Erica, thank you. Is it going to warm up and get windy in Farmington? It should get a little warmer in Farmington, Thomas, but it looks like the wind is not going to be a huge issue in your area. We still have snow on the ground in Hartford. It's really going to melt, but yeah, I know. I think a lot of it's going to melt. Looks like the temperatures, haven't been super warm far north, so the snowpack is pretty much intact for some areas, but we stayed in the 30s all afternoon, so that was good news there, I guess. But a lot of it will be melting with the rain, and temperatures are warming next couple hours even up there. Look at Rangeley's at 46 right now, for instance. Darlene, winds die down around midnight. What about Freiburg? Not a huge wind night for you, but we're watching the potential for flooding still, especially in the streams, poor drainage areas, Clempton, and yeah, we'll see just rain 2 to 3 inches. Watching the Saco River there in Freiburg and also Conway. I think it's expected to get close to flood stage overnight. Minor flood stage, not like last year. Whitefield. All right, Whitefield, Maine. You're probably going to get, you're getting some strong winds, I bet, Bonnie, right? You'll get some gusts over 50 miles per hour in your area. Very high gusts here in top. Oh, gusts. I know what you mean, Troy. I know what you mean, bud. Very high gusts. We all get guts to forecast these gusts. Good to know. Thank you, Troy. Strong winds in Monmouth. Thank you, Darlene. What about Hiram? Yeah, Hiram's not a big windstorm for you, Kathy. Hiram was still watching the river, the Saco in that area. But we're probably going to be dealing with 2 to 3 inches of rain. I heard a rumble of thunder. Interesting. All right. I appreciate that. Let's check to see if there's any lightning on the radar. Nothing right now. Any lightning down here? No, nothing right now down there either. Let's see if there's any more damage reports or anything. No. This might be an old one. 2, 3. That's not. Camden is over 2 inches of rain. Some wind reports up here. Actually, let's go check out what's happening up here. Looks like we have a gust of 67 at Trenton. Wow. All right. That's a good gust. This is this morning. Wind damage here. Let's go to this. We can get more information if we do this. Oh, in Orono's, trees blocking an exit to an apartment. Okay. We have a down tree at Bucksport. There's really nothing in southern Maine right now to report. No updates from the Weather Service, at least. So, yeah. All right. Thank you to everybody who sent in their questions. I think we're going to leave it at that tonight. I need to get back in the office and do a few updates. Let's just check real quick, see if there's anything worth adding. Check the wind gusts. I think we're all looking forward to some sun. You might dig out the sunglasses tomorrow, everyone. That might be fun, right? Oh boy. It's been a stormy stretch. All right. I guess we'll leave it at that tonight. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. There were a lot of questions on here, and there's still a couple hundred folks checking in. So I appreciate it. Of course, we're gonna have more updates at 10 on Fox, on CBS 13 at 11, and Fox 23 at 10. And I am losing my voice, so I probably should shut up right now. Enjoy some sunshine tomorrow, and we will be tracking, the storm for probably a couple more hours. I think after midnight, the weather really starts to improve. All right, folks, have a nice night. Take care.